Oh, jeez. For a minute, I was waiting for that thing to fade in, and then you just popped up. You're here. You're here,
Hello.
and I'm safe. I'm safe because you're here. Thank you. Go ahead. I
Welcome
gotta get
back
my
to
a
another
drink for my
episode
thing.
of Friday Night Live with me, Amy Riddick from Ridiculous Ramblings, and
Oh,
Michael J from Rabbit and Red Radio. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Mike, what's up?
can you? Yeah. See this. This is a little too big. I think for like this just seems big. Um, I'm just glad you're here because last night Theo was supposed to be here on Rabbit and Red, and and um, what's the word? Yeah, Theo was supposed to be here on Rabbit and Red, and oh, sorry, my cousin doesn't realize that I'm live. So
I have that same
no,
issue with my mom. I have to tell her look, these are the nights that I do something live, and these are the nights that I record. So I'm not going to answer during those times. And that's always
right.
the times when she either calls or shows up at the house. And I'm like, why do I even bother?
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. I don't tell people anymore because it's just like you're wasting your breath. It's like you obviously cannot understand the English language because I say something and yet you still call, you still text, you still just stop. Please stop. I'm begging you for my sanity and other people's sanity, for your own sanity, because you're going to drive me nuts and I'll drive you nuts at some point, I'm sure. But just stop. Please
They never
just
listen to Vanilla Ice, where you're supposed to stop, collaborate,
yeah.
and listen. Listen
Mhm.
is the key word.
Yes. Well, I don't think they understand collaborate either because
No.
it seems like it's all just one just one-sided conversations, just
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, okay. Huh. Rumble has a little excellent one. Why does Rumble just let me hold on. I have to if this thing is going to start giving me technical issues, I'm going to kill it. It gave me technical issues last night.
Oh, no.
Now it's giving me um okay. Oh, I'll just post it there later if it didn't go live anyway there, so I don't know.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, so last night was yeah, so last night we were supposed to do this thing. Theo, I had asked him to come in maybe like 10 minutes before
Mm.
air just to, because sometimes there are technical issues that arise. And while I am very laid back with it, or at least I attempt to be, when there's an interview scheduled, I kind of, you know, I'm a nervous wreck because I don't like talking to people. I'm great with booking guests and setting up interviews, but when it comes time to actually talk to someone, I can't. I can't. I freeze up. It drives me insane. So, um, like the interview is supposed to start at 7 o'clock last night.
Mm.
For that was my time, and then the guy that we're interviewing is in France, so it's midnight his time.
Oh, gosh.
So 6:58. Um, Richard Stanley, our guest, is in studio. I'm in studio. Theo is not in studio, and I sent him links, and he's still just not. So he's like messaging me, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm excited." And I said, "Yes, I'm excited too. Please get in here so I can start the intro and we can do the show and get the interview going." And he says, "I'm in here."
Oh,
And I
no.
said, "You're not in here because I can't see you.
Mm.
I can see me. I can see Richard. I can hear me, and I can hear Richard, but I can't see you or hear you. So you're not here." So then,
Did he
like,
have it set on
meanwhile,
John Cena mode?
it's I I'm, like, losing my mind because he sends me a picture.
Mhm,
He sends me a picture, so it's basically like it just shows, like, one like, okay, so we're here, and
mhm,
I can see our 2 boxes in the tiny corner. That's off stage, plus now I see us on stage.
mhm.
Now, like, so he sends me a screenshot, and it's just basically his picture just off to the side, and there's no one else there. And I'm thinking, is this some kind of an alternate universe? Because how did this link even get him into a studio?
Right?
That's just like it's like an alternate like universe or something. I don't know. So so he messages me back and he's like, so if you can't, he's like, if I can't get in here, it's okay. You take this one.
Oh,
I'm like, "But I
jeez.
can't." I'm like, "I can't do the interview." And he's like,
Mhm.
"Yes, you can. I have faith in you." I said, "I understand you have faith in me, but I don't have faith in me because I know I cannot do this interview." And he says, "No, just do it. Just take it. You'll be fine. You'll do great." And I sent him like 2 more links and I said, "No, you try this link and this should bring you into the studio. So you try that. You do it." And he's like, "No, no luck." And I'm like, and Richard's just sitting there kind of like smoking off, and I'm like,
Like,
"Okay."
what is this?
I'm like, "Just send." So I'm like, "Try one more." So I sent him a third link. Still the same thing. Nothing happened. And I'm like, "Oh, this is." So then, I excuse myself and I said, "Look," I said, "Richard," I said, "the guy that I normally do this show with, that does the talking during interviews and such,
Mhm,
he's not here. He's not going to be here, unfortunately. We're having technical issues." And and the dude, in France, Richard, he had like a bad storms or something. So he was
mhm,
afraid, that he might lose connection. I think he lost it once during the interview, but he came back. But anyway, so I said, "This isn't my strong point." I'm like, "But we're just gonna do it, and we'll roll with it. We'll see what happens." And he says, "Well," he said, in some cases, like things come up, and you just have to improvise." And I was like, in my head, I'm like, "Yes, improvise. I can improv. I've done that before." So I'm thinking in my brain, "Yes, I'm going to roll with it and see what happens." Wow. See, like I can do this with you, or I
mhm.
can do this with other people because I don't have a problem going live. I can talk like this all day long. No issues, no problem, no nothing. Fine. Everything's great. Wonderful. But when I get someone who is an established filmmaker who's made several films, I look at them and I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like, really? Why?
Mhm,
I'm I'm nothing but a lowly podcast person who has done nothing with my life but just sit here for the past however many years, and now you're here and I'm supposed to talk to you and engage, and I'm like, "I'm not engaging. I don't have any ounce of personality whatsoever. What the hell am I doing here?" And the thing is, I had an intro for the show all made up
mhm.
last night. I didn't even play it. I didn't even play it because the technical issues threw me off so bad
Mhm.
that I was like a deer in headlights.
Oh,
I
yeah.
literally was like, I just, I could not, I could not, I couldn't do it. So, like, I just started the thing and it was like raw dog in it, so to speak, if that's a term that people use, I don't know. But I didn't play an intro, I didn't play anything, I was just like
It was
I
off the
was I was
cuff.
done. I was like I look, I watched a lot of the guy like I watched a few of the guy's films just to
Mhm.
refresh myself, but I was in such like a mindset that I just didn't know what the hell I was doing.
I
I
felt
I
bad because I got stuck at
barely could
work, like, I
speak.
wanted to at least, like, be watching so I could give, like, moral support, and then they
You
were like,
know, if
"Oh, we need you to stay," and I'm like, "Of course you do."
if let me just say, if you were available. Oh, no, what am I going in? Hold on, I went to the wrong space. Um, if you were available, I would have just given you the link, and I would have said, "Hey, Amy, come in here and pretend to just
Pretend
virtually
to know what
hold
we're
me
talking
until this
about.
is over, please." Yes.
I only
Yes,
know a
because
few
see,
things to say in French. Not
Ye
many
well,
of them
no,
are good
that's
things,
the
though.
thing, he didn't speak he didn't speak in
Oh,
French,
okay.
luckily. Yeah, he didn't speak in French. Shut up. He didn't speak in French. So, anyway, um, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna let's see,
I'm so
where
worried
are
because I keep moving around on this bench. Like, it I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone or not. I promise I'm not over here farting. It's the bench
I
'cause it's leather.
Hey, it'll do it every time. Um, alright, so this is okay, so this is how the show started. We're
Mhm.
not gonna watch the whole thing because I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna put through people through the hell that I, put myself through again. But, wait, are we? Oh, wait, hold on. Why did it open that tab again? Okay, so I guess alright. So, alright, here's this thing, and, this is kind of, just how it started last evening, and you'll see from the beginning. It's bad. As you can see from my face, well, maybe you can't see.
Don can say
I can see. Yeah.
it.
I already just have this look on my face like, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot. What are you doing? Just shut up. Anything that comes out of your mouth is going to be just dumb. Don't even speak."
See,
But
that's
yeah,
how I
here.
feel when I try to
Wow.
do stuff, like, by myself. Like, I've
Yeah.
tried a couple of times to do, like, a live for the show,
Yes.
and I just get
And
so nervous that I can't focus, and then I keep stumbling over my words, or I'm knocking stuff over, and I'm like, "It's literally just you. That's it."
alright, I'm gonna give you a suggestion with that before we get into this little piece. I'll give you a suggestion.
Okay,
And, you may not, enjoy it, but I'll tell you what I think would work. Okay, so
okay,
here's what I think. I think you should do Ridiculous Ramblings live by yourself, and I'll tell you how I think it could work.
okay.
So, we do it like this,
Mhm,
except we're broadcasting, to your Facebook, your YouTube, all that type of stuff, and basically, I'll be here,
mhm.
but I'll be off screen. So
Okay,
it'll just be you, but in a sense, I'll be back, you know what I mean? But I'll be off the screen. So you can
okay,
pretend that you're talking to me, but you're not talking to me. You're talking to everyone who's watching.
okay,
And then you run it and you kind of riff. And if we do it, say, because I know like the Ridiculous Ramblings are usually like between, I want to say the majority of them seem like they're between 10 to 15 minutes.
mhm.
So I'm going to say that maybe try if you do 20 to 25. And the only reason I say that is because you'll give the opportunity for people to tune in and watch and
Gotcha.
interact and toss out suggestions or do this or do that. And just like give that a shot. But like I said, if I'm backstage and I'm kind of like producing, so I hit the go live and then you just go live, and technically at that point, all you have to do is worry about the content and the
Okay,
audience that you're interacting with. You don't have to worry about anything else.
gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's just it just it makes everything a lot easier.
Okay.
Not
That's a
like
good suggestion.
yeah, not like me last night where I thought I had to worry about just booking the interview, and then I was going to sit there while Theo handled, did the heavy lifting, and I was just gonna be like, yeah, I love that movie. What you did there was really, really great. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, great, great. Yeah, excellent. I love that film so much. You are brilliant. I love your films. Excellent. I love you. Thank you so much." And that's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do.
You know what I find
That's it.
myself doing sometimes, like, when I'm, like if I'm at work and it's,
Mhm.
like, one of the salesmen or whatever, and they come over and they start talking, I feel like I get stuck, like, in a bobblehead mode where I'm like,
Mhm.
"Uh-huh, uh-huh." And I'm like, "Jesus, stop shaking your fucking head."
Mhm. There you
See?
see?
Just like
That's what it is. That's what I see? It's like you get it. You
Mhm.
understand.
Yes, it's
Ah.
so irritating. It's like, "Stop." And I'm telling myself in my head, like, "Stop." And
Yeah.
I just keep doing it. I'm like, "Uh-huh."
Mhm. You're giving me peace. This is great. I love it. I'm sorry for your
Oh,
misery, but I love it
that's
nonetheless
okay.
because it's helping me. So, yeah. So, anyway, that was my suggestion for you. Now watch just a minute or 2 of
Okay.
what I like to call the utter train wreck of an interview, AKA why I don't do interviews myself.
Okay.
Here we go. Rabbit and Red Radio. I'm Michael J, and I'm joined by Richard Stanley.
Oh god.
I mean, this guy for me,
Oh, I hate this.
he's oh, oh, shut up. I mean, his filmography, I love it. I mean,
Just
I
shut up and let him
and
talk.
just I was
Oh.
watching that Lost Soul documentary about the making of
I
the Island of Dr. Moreau yesterday.
Oh my god.
Whew, let me tell you,
Oh,
I
that was
just want
a
to kill
it just
myself. Seems
fucked
like
up
you
thing,
had a
Dr.
lot of,
Moreau.
you're up against a lot
Oh,
with that film,
well,
especially.
you didn't
And
see,
I
he was
didn't. I
originally
feel
supposed to
bad
direct that movie.
that I went to the
I
movies
never
in
seen the movie, I read the book, and I was
'96
like,
to see
"The
that,
fuck?"
oh,
And,
he loved the
that I
book,
actually
gave it
but he
time.
got
I kind
screwed
of
over on
wish,
the movie.
after knowing what I know now,
Most
that I
people do.
kind of just stayed away
Oh
from it.
god.
You know,
See,
it's like,
um,
dude, we're already a
Well,
minute
hey,
in,
it's a
and you just
pleasure
can't
being
shut
on
up.
the show, sir, and glad to be with you tonight. It's midnight here in the French Pyrenees,
oh, his
and I can
voice.
say straight off the bat that I'm
Yeah,
really glad you went to
he's
see The Island of Dr. Moreau when you did, because arcanely out of every movie project I've ever worked on, The
mhm.
Island of Dr. Moreau is the only project that pays royalties. I
Oh,
actually
does it?
yeah, I actually get residuals from the WGA from the Island of Dr. Moreau. It's the one movie that was kind of all legally fair and square, which yeah actually pays residuals. So thank you for buying a ticket. I'm sorry the movie kind of sucked and was yeah a deeply confusing experience for everyone who was yeah forced to sit through it.
Okay, it just goes downhill from there, trust me.
I don't think
Um,
it was bad, though.
it get
It wasn't it wasn't
it gets much worse.
bad. He's like, "It gets much
I feel no, I feel it gets worse. Although, he was very, like, at the end of the show, like, after it ended, we
Mm,
did talk for, like, another, like, 5 to 10 minutes before we
mhm.
disconnected, so that was kinda cool. And he said that it was, a pleasure, and, I said, "Hopefully I'll get to talk to you again at some point." He said, "Yes, definitely," and I'm thinking, "Oh, he probably is just saying that because, you know, he knows that it was shit. I know that it was shit. The whole world now knows that it was shit, so that's that's
Oh my
that's
god, his
yeah."
voice was like leather and, like, bourbon and pipe
Mhm.
smoke.
Yeah.
Cashmere, it was just, ooh, it was giving. Like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, his voice is
you
amazing.
if you actually do watch it or have the audio version out now too, and the audio version has the intro that I kind of made for it in the beginning, even though it is more visual. I mean, it's audio too, but it's a visual thing too. But what is it? He was lighting up and smoking during the show. There were like instances where you see him like get a lighter and he
Mhm.
like lights up and he's smoking, and I'm like,
How very
I'm like,
French
I
of
don't
him.
know. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm like, but I guess, is he smoking because he's just addicted to cigarettes? Or is he smoking because he realizes this is a total train wreck and he's just trying to like ease the pain that he's feeling, going through this?
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know. I don't know. I
I'll watch
really,
the
I
whole
don't
thing.
know.
I don't think it was that bad though.
Yeah, well, just don't say that I didn't warn you. And if you feel the need to have to vomit from being like so just repulsed by it, I mean, listening to me, I honestly, I can't stand the sound of my voice. And I know we've talked about this before, but I really can't. That's why when it was just me and him last night, if you see on my face, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, just shut up, you idiot. You're just speaking so much and your voice just sounds like shit. Like even now, I hear myself and I'm like, ew, I hate my voice. It just sounds so grating. I'm like,
I've started
just
using like my podcast voice at work because I'm on the phone so much. I'm
yes.
like, you know what? Let's kind of turn it up a little bit. And so I was
Wait,
talking.
hold on. You have a
Yeah,
different voice?
I do.
Wait, what oh, and that's we're not on TikTok.
Oh no.
Did we not do
I
that
was gonna
this
try, but my luck today, like, I
Yeah.
didn't think that was probably gonna go very well.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, because I still can't figure it the hell out. So I
It took
need
forever for it to load that night, and I was like, "What is really going on?" No,
it's
so I have a my This Is Me voice, and
okay.
then, of course, then I have my voice that I use on the podcast, and so I use that same voice now at work because 'cause I'm like, "That voice is really good." So, like, when I when I'm talking to people now on the phone,
Mhm.
um, I'll call them and, like, we have this little script, like, if we don't get a hold of somebody, we're supposed to, like, leave this message. And so, like, I'll pretend that I'm making a call.
Mhm.
Here's the opportunity to leave a voicemail. I'm like, "Hi, this is Amy calling from blah, 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 blah. I was calling because you recently inquired about some information on one of our brand new 2025 Chevrolet Trax. Trying to see if I can get you in to get a test drive done. Here's the number to the, and I'll like leave the number for the office. I'm like, and thank you so
Mhm.
much and have a fantastic day."
So you have to say it like that, like you can't like
I ad lib sometimes. I go off
Mhm.
script a little bit. And like today, today I had to make a phone call and it was a little uncomfortable because I had to tell somebody they couldn't get a car because they did not have money or credit. And
Ah,
I'm like, I'm trying to be like as empathetic and sympathetic as I can and everything. So I didn't get a hold of them on the phone. Of course,
mhm.
people, as soon as they see a number they don't recognize, it just goes straight to voicemail. So I
All
left
the
her this
time.
voice message, but then I also I also kind of went off script on the message that I sent her, like the email.
Mhm.
And so I've been doing customer service for a very long time. And so I'm like, okay, I was like, I want to let this person down as gently as possible. And I'm like, she's really young. She's trying to get her like life together and everything. She fell in love with this car. And I felt like the biggest butthole in the world by having to tell her, I'm sorry, but this is not going to work. But
Mhm.
I left a very I typed out my email and I was like, I'm gonna call my boss real quick and ask her. I'll be like, hey, can you let me read this to you real quick and see if it sounds okay? And so I read it to her and she was really quiet. And I'm like, is that okay?" And she's like, "That was absolutely perfect." She goes, "It was empathetic. It was, you gave her multiple options of things that you could do moving forward if she still wanted to try." She's like, "And it was very professional. It was very well worded." She goes, "Actually, go ahead and copy that and send it to me because that's going to be our automatic response now to everyone that applies that doesn't get approved." And I'm like,
Now see,
my coworkers are
you
gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, "Look, this brown nosing bitch."
you
But I'm
you
older than all of them, though. Like all these
right.
girls that I work with, they're like 20,
Oh,
19. And
they
I'm
don't know how
like,
to write a good email,
no,
so of
I'm like,
course.
I'm a little long in the tooth. I got I got some experience.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I was
Yeah,
just like, "Oh my
and
God, stop. You're making me blush." And then I was like, "Oh my God, these people are gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, she's already got all these compliments on this and that." And it's like, I can't help it. I have that kind of personality. I
mhm.
easily make connections with people. I
Yeah,
am a people person and I know how to turn on the charm and be professional. And I'm
yeah.
sorry. It comes from years of experience, children. Years of experience.
Yes, that's how it usually does start. But it's yeah, I mean, like, look at what you did. You basically, like, gave them, I mean, a template for, like, to break somebody's heart,
But in a
basically.
very nice way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's 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 trend setting, it's groundbreaking, I think it's time to go in and ask for a raise and just be like, "Hey,
I've only been here for 2 weeks, but I need a pay raise.
hey, look what I did versus what the 19 and 20-year-olds are doing. Obviously, I'm doing a lot more than them, so let's bump it up a little bit here, okay?"
And it's
That's what
funny
I'm
because,
saying.
like, I may use, like, a smiley face, but, like, we have to
Mhm,
be having, like, a vibe, like, for me to do that. And, like,
mhm,
I've noticed and I really like these girls. They're very sweet. So
mhm.
let's get that, like, out the out the gate. I'm not talking crap about anybody.
Okay.
But you can tell that they're younger because they use a lot of emojis, like, in their responses and stuff. And
Oh,
there's nothing
yeah.
wrong with throwing out, like, a smiley face or something, like, here and there, but my thought process is our biggest demographic to sell vehicles to are not people their age. They're
No.
people my age and older that maybe don't do texting, that maybe don't do emails. And if they do, they just want what my boss calls the meat and potatoes of the message. Like, why are you contacting me? Make it short, make it sweet, make it professional, and let's get
Mhm.
it done and over with. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I send like a random emoji like here and there, like in a conversation, and I'll send a GIF every once in a while. But for the most part, I just try to keep it pretty basic.
Yeah, no, that's definitely how it has to be.
Because I feel like you lose people. Like if they've got to scroll through a bunch of like emojis and all this other kind of stuff, I feel like you lose them. You only have just a very brief window to catch their attention to really
Mhm.
seal the deal.
Yeah, I'm sure that's, you see what the
What are you
thing
looking at? What do you see? Should I get closer to?
Well, I'm trying
Let's not do
to
that. You might see some gray hair.
oh, well, see that I'm in a good shape then because I just I just shaved it all off, so that's what I recommend. If you're going gray,
Mm.
just just buzz it.
I don't
Just
think I could go bald though. I don't think I've got the head to go bald.
everybody's got the head to go bald.
Everybody's
Just go
got the head to
bald.
go bald.
Hey, I didn't think that I would have that everybody when I was younger said you have an egghead. You're an egghead. It's like so, but I don't I mean,
I'm very
I'm
self-conscious.
looking,
Like I know you see me doing this like a lot, or like I have like a hat on, or I try to keep like my bangs down. I actually
Mhm.
had someone that I worked with who was like a supervisor. We were
Right.
talking and she's like, "Oh no, I have bangs." She's like, "You should get them too because you have a really big forehead." And I'm like, "Can you say that to me?" Like I'm personally attacked right now. I
I
was
mean,
mortified. I was like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "Do I have a big forehead?" So I'm like very self-conscious now. I try to like wear my hair a very certain way. So this is kind of exposing a lot for me and I'm nervous. I keep like staring at myself.
I mean, it's
Dumb people.
you got that right.
Oh
It's
my god.
I'm just like,
They have no filter.
no,
Oh my god.
definitely,
Speaking of
definitely not.
having no filter. So I make a lot of phone calls during the day. Sometimes my brain cannot catch up to my mouth to tell it, you probably shouldn't say that. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's like, "Whir," there it is. So I called somebody the other day. One of my coworkers was like, "Hey, I can't get this guy to answer. Can you try calling him from your store? Maybe he'll answer because it's from a different number." So he picks up the phone and I'm like, "Hey, this is Amy from blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Are you still looking for, this truck?" And he's like, "No, actually." He's like, "I'm sorry, I cheated on you guys. And I went down the street and bought a Toyota." And I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. That's one of our lots too. At least you kept it in the family."
No, jeez. I mean, they, yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, why did you say that?" And he started cracking up laughing. And I was like, "Oh, good. It landed on a good spot." So I
Mhm.
started laughing. I'm like, "Oh my god, if they go back and listen to that call, they'll be like, we need to take back all those nice things we said about her."
Yeah, right. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh my god. I
Uh,
can't help myself sometimes. It just, my little brain thinks it and it's like, don't say, don't, not there it goes. Be free.
mhm.
I swear I'm like the undiagnosed poster child for ADHD.
Wow. I mean, there's but you know what? That's the end thing now, though, these days. Like, everybody,
That's true.
is with that. I mean, I don't
Being
think I have it.
unhinged and unmedicated.
Yeah. I don't think I have it, but I feel unhinged and I am unmedicated, so there's that. It's just so yeah, in that sense, it's just been it's been a crazy week, I'm sure, and not
Oh, yes.
uh so
The weather has been insane. And oh my gosh. Even though, like, so it was really, really cold the other day and it had like the rain, like sleet kind of mixture going on. So
mhm.
it made it slow for everybody out on the floor, but we were very busy online. And I was
Oh,
like, I was like, oh my gosh, trying to get everybody scheduled and get them in. I'm like, I
mhm.
need this weather to be consistent, but I keep forgetting where I live, and that's just not going to
Yeah, that's
happen. Stupid Midwest.
yeah, that's um oh, there was something else I was gonna yeah, so oh my god. And there was something that you talked about on the show on Monday that I was gonna bring up tonight. Um, and I can't remember what it is now. I really should have listened to the show again before we started to refresh my memory. But I did not do that because
Let's see, what
I
did I talk
was
about on Monday? Or what should have been, oh God, what should have been a Friday episode and a Monday episode, and I've just been behind. Um, oh, I talked about Tennessee and Alabama, about my family,
oh,
about my crazy auntie.
I don't think I don't think it was that. Oh shoot.
I talked about
Hold on.
clothes,
Uh
buttermilk, and sweet milk.
I can't think. Hold on
Okay.
Hold on a second. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We're good. I uh I closed it. I closed it. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else you talked about. What else did you talk about?
Um,
I cannot remember.
that's pretty bad. I'm the one that talked about it and I can't remember. Um, talked about the future. I talked about bumping uglies, music.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that, but there was something at the end or after that.
Oh, I can pull up my show notes.
Or not I'm trying to think. Oh, see, that's another thing you do that you actually have, like, show notes and stuff. See, I
Mm,
don't do that. I need to do that because I don't.
I feel like if I don't, I just kind of like, I kind of flounder a little bit. Like I get lost. Talked about Spotify. Um, talked about clothes, staying at an Airbnb,
Right, yeah.
quilts and
Oh,
TikToks, Southern sayings, Southern food.
I can't remember
Um,
now. I mean, this
that's
is why
okay.
I hate my brain because sometimes when I have, like,
Ouch.
these thoughts, you lose it. You lose it, and I lost it.
I have to like have something handy or have my like I keep a blank document open all the time on my phone because I'll just randomly think of stuff and I'm like, "Ooh, write it down, type it out."
Yeah,
Because if
yeah, I
not, it's
gotta start doing that.
the
Mhm.
SpongeBob's forget that that's one piece they shouldn't burn and they burn it.
Yeah, seems that way. Yeah, I gotta start doing that myself, I think. Just because otherwise I'm gonna lose it. Oh, oh, no, no, no. It was, oh, no, was it the weird things? Yeah, it was the weird things that or weird or awkward things that your friends, like, say or whatever
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
you. That was and there was something that I was gonna mention, and I forgot what I was gonna mention, so I'll have to think on that, and hopefully it'll come back to me. Um,
I think the weirdest thing I've maybe I shouldn't say that. I think the weirdest thing I've ever been asked by it's not a personal friend. It's
mm,
like we're better friends than what typical work friends are. Um,
mhm.
but asking for advice on toys.
Ah, I did that
And I'm
once
like,
with
well,
an
sit down. What do you
ex-girlfriend.
want to know?
Yeah.
And
And it
it's
just
so funny because like no one ever expects like looking at me two
mhm,
things. One that I like like rock and death metal.
mhm.
And two that I know a lot of the spicy things.
Well, I mean, you would think I mean, far be it from me, but it just seems like it comes with the territory that it's just
It
ingrained in all of us at in some point.
Oh, the
But
joys.
but that was, yeah, so that was like that was like a friend or like more of an acquaintance because you knew them through work, or were they like an
Mhm.
actual like friend?
We just started out like as acquaintances, but we worked together for like over a year, and I would like to think that we're more than just like work friends. Like
Ah,
we've bonded over some some adult trauma.
yes. Well, I mean, hey, trauma is the best, bonding
It really
experiences
is.
sometimes. I mean, depending on the trauma, usually that is
That's
the
true.
best. But Okay, so I had an instance where a friend of mine
Mhm.
who is a male, they propositioned me.
Oh my god. What?
And, yeah, and, it just it's
Say
like,
more.
well, they just wanted, like, some, uh, closeness in some way, shape, or
Okay.
form,
They
and,
wanted like a cuddle buddy?
that's kind of what was said, but I have a feeling that it would have progressed to more, but obviously,
So I'll share
um,
something really weird with you that I did not
mhm,
know.
okay.
Did you know that there is a difference between cuddling and snuggling?
No, because they both seem pretty much the same, so
A cuddle, and I only know this because I've had this conversation with someone else. Um, hang on, I gotta I gotta read it now because I used to know it by heart. A cuddle versus snuggle. Okay, so a cuddle refers to holding. Thanks to our good friends at Google, not endorsing the show.
Mhm.
A cuddle
No.
refers to holding someone close for warmth, comfort, or affection. Can be a more general term encompassing various forms of embracing, can be a
Mhm.
longer duration embrace. Snuggle suggests a cozy and comfortable closeness, often implies a more intimate closeness. They repeated that word twice. Can be a
Mhm.
longer duration embrace and often takes place in bed. But cuddles
Hmm,
take place in bed too.
right. I mean, the majority of times that I've cuddled in my life was in a bed. I
Yeah.
mean, so
Who just stands up and cuddles? That's called a hug.
yeah, I mean, so wait, so when I was okay, um when I was in one of my past relationships and we
Mhm,
were sitting on the couch watching TV
mhm.
that would evolve into a full-on makeout slash heavy petting scenario, do we say that that started out as snuggling or cuddling? I don't know which. Um,
We're not
you
censored on
know,
this, right?
no.
Okay. So that's what I refer to as a it turns
As a
into a
what?
cuddle fuck.
Ah, yes. See? And I enjoy the I that's, like, the best part of it. Like, believe me, I know, being in the situation that I was in, I wanted to get to those. I was
Mhm.
like, "Okay," I'm like, "This is nice, but I feel like we could be going a little further." So then you just keep pushing, and then eventually you'll get there. And it's
Mhm.
not forceful pushing, it's just
No.
you just all of a sudden you're like, "Okay, she likes it. Okay, keep go she li alright, you're in, here we go."
Mhm.
But that's so yeah, okay, so that's like a snuggle fuck. Okay, that's great. But it's still, but wait, okay, so there's a snuggle fuck, but couldn't there be a cuddle fuck too? Like,
Yeah,
they're interchangeable, it seems to me.
they are. I mean,
I think
so
Google needs to get its terminology,
I think
straight.
it does. Maybe we should have turned to Urban Dictionary.
Yes, Urban Dictionary is a great resource that I think would give us
Urban
excellent,
Dictionary
excellent
is too
yes,
much sometimes.
and Urban Dictionary would leave the fuck in it because that's what it
Yes, they
is.
would.
Yes. It's very urban,
Yes,
to
it
think
is.
that way or to speak that way.
I
Just
never
saying it, I feel urban.
I will never forget the first time that I ever heard of Urban Dictionary. I was like, wait, what? And everybody's like, you don't know what Urban Dictionary is? I'm like, I was barely allowed to use the internet alone by myself when I was a teenager. It's like I was always monitored. So it's like, no, I don't
Oh,
know what Urban Dictionary is. And then I just like, I got on there one night and I just like fell down this hole. I was like, oh my God, all these things I didn't
mhm,
know.
yeah. So did you, like, feel okay, so let's say you were monitored, so then that time when the monitor broke and you were just able to go down your rabbit holes and find whatever you were gonna find, you, would you say that, like, that you just, like, an immense, like, freeness feeling came over you, like, you just felt like, "Wow, this internet is like, it's a whole new world."
Hmm.
There's all these terms and all these things that I never heard of before, and now wow.
Yeah, because I mean, like I went to a private school, like I went to a church school, but
Mhm,
like a lot of the kids that went there had came from public schools. And so like they would talk about stuff and I would just be so in the dark. Like I had no idea what they were talking about. So I just remember like I was able to, use the computer by myself and I was like, I can look up all these words that these kids have been saying. And then once I did, I
mm,
was like, oh my God, what is that? So then I started searching even more and I'm like, I got to figure out how to delete this browsing history.
mhm,
Cause I was like, I know that they'll check.
yeah, yeah, that's right,
Oh my
that's right.
gosh. And I wasn't doing like anything like bad on there. Like I got into a couple of chat rooms, but like I knew like the dangers, like don't tell people where you live and
Mhm,
don't tell them you're a teenager, like 13 years old.
mhm,
But I don't know. It's so crazy to know that we started out. I'm trying to think of who had shared this meme on my Facebook page where it was like, you know, when the internet first started, don't talk to, people on the internet, blah blah blah. And then now it's like, here's Uber. Tell this strange person where you live and then get in a car by yourself with them. And it's like, really, seriously, like, you never were supposed to tell people like where you lived, how old you were, anything like that.
mm,
And now, like, that's such a big thing. Like,
yeah,
everybody, like, on dating apps, on social media, on, like Uber and Lyft and all that kind of stuff. Everybody knows your everything. And before you
yeah,
tried to keep that private, and now it's like, now people know like what's your bathroom schedule, what's your personal schedule, like your
it's
dietary, like they just know everything about you. Where before it was like, keep everything a secret. And it's like, nothing is
mhm,
a secret anymore.
no, no, that all went out the window.
Yeah. It's like
That's
the
just
FBI and CIA, they don't have a lot of work to do. We kind of provide them with half of the information that they need.
pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Hey, in a sense, that renders, Doge useless because
Right?
yeah, I mean, so just unbelievable. Um, yeah, but I see, but that's the thing with me, and it's like this thing, that I was, it's not going away because they're
Mhm.
still kind of like "Did you give any thought to what I suggested before?" And I'm like, "No,
Did you
not
give any
really,"
thought
because
to jumping off a bridge?
if I actually went through and did that, yes, I would give thought to that immediately, but no, I'm
Not you, them.
well, yeah, no, but
Don't go jumping off of
uh,
bridges.
that would be a mess. Although I wonder,
I
let's
can't do
see.
this shit by myself.
No, you're I saw you were live. When were you live on TikTok? It was What night was that? I don't remember.
I think it Sunday night?
Yeah, you know what? It might have been.
I think it was
You
Sunday
did
night.
great. You did great there, and you were by yourself. I was like I was like, "She's doing wonderful. She could do this live, and
Oh my gosh.
it's brilliant." I'm just I'm, like, thinking to myself, I'm like, "I'm holding her back. I am
Oh
holding
my
her back.
god, you are not.
She needs to spread her wings and fly. Fly away."
Speaking of wings, I saw the coolest thing on Facebook Marketplace. This lady had cosplayed
Mhm.
and she made her own wings. They were black and they were
Right.
made of feathers and leather and
Mhm.
they were amazing. And she was selling them. And I was like, dang it. If I only had an extra $350 laying around, I would be the
Yeah.
proud owner of a pair of wings.
Wait,
Some
so were these, like, full size, like,
full
legit wings?
size, legit wings. They were amazing.
Oh,
I was
come
like,
on. That would be
how cool would that be?
badass, yes. You know what? I would love to if you were to get them, I would love to come to Indiana and be the first one to try them out. Fly me over a large body of water, and then I'll just start flapping them, and if I fly, then I survive, but if I don't, then I'll just fall into the large body of water and drown, and
I'm wondering
there
if
we
I
go.
still have them saved on my phone. I thought I saved them on there. I was just in awe. I'm like, how crafty is that lady like to do that? Like I've cosplayed a couple of times for stuff, but
Mhm,
not to the level that this lady did. I was like, you ma'am are a visionary and a genius. I would have probably burned my house down trying to glue or sew these things together.
mhm,
Oh, and I don't. See, there are some things I'm okay on, and then there's some things I'm just really stupid on. And I think this is one of those things where I'm stupid on it because I'll save stuff and then I'll try to go back and find it. And I'm like, where's my shit? Where did it
mhm.
go? And then it's just gone forever. Oh, saved items. There we go. Did I did I did I save them? I've saved so much stuff on here. Oh, I must have not saved them. Dang it. I didn't
Well, you never
save
know, they
that,
might
but I
pop up.
saved a microphone. Priorities are
Ah.
priorities.
I mean, the wings would serve us a lot better only because
Yeah,
it could,
we got microphones already.
I mean, yeah, we don't have wings.
We don't. I have a cape, but that's about it.
Is it red?
It's purple.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
I cosplayed my first year when I worked from home. Even though we worked from home, excuse me, we had a Halloween costume contest. So we all dressed up and like we sent in pictures of ourselves. And I love Teen Titans Go. Me and the kids used to watch that all the time.
Mhm,
And I love Raven. She's like my all-time favorite. And so I cosplayed as Raven from Teen Titans Go for my Halloween costume.
oh,
So
wow.
I
So
got
then
a purple cape and like it turned out really good. I thought it was pretty cute. It was pretty cute.
now, I wonder if we could get something to put the cape on and then make the cape, you know, make us fly, because you know how, like, Superman and stuff wears a cape and he flies, he
Well,
doesn't have
yeah,
wings.
he doesn't.
So,
Raven flies and she wears a cape. She doesn't have wings,
there we
I don't
go.
think.
So
Yeah.
then okay. So then all you gotta do is put the cape on again, and then let's see if we can do the flying thing. I don't see, but I don't know, like, how do we do it? Like, do you stick your arms out and just go like, "Fly"?
Don't they
Yes.
usually like grab like a corner of the cape or something? Or am I thinking of
Yeah.
the wrong people?
No, I think they
Well, that's
might,
what they
like,
do when they
go like
disappear.
this and then just go like a yeah, or, no, I'm thinking that's more like Dracula, that wouldn't work for that. Maybe
I don't say
you
blah, blah,
need
blah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Maybe maybe if you just kind of, like, go up to the roof of your house or, like, to a building and start running, like, get a running start and then jump, and then as soon as you jump, stick your arms out like this and allow yourself
Whee!
to just glide through the I mean, hopefully you glide. That's
Just
we
don't
need
be
to
like
glide.
Icarus and fly too close to the sun.
Yes. Well, maybe that's why I should do it first because then I'll be the one to break myself and then you'll learn from my mistake and not do it yourself.
I thought I had those pictures up pretty close. I was gonna send them to you so you could do your thing to share them. Because I remember last time I tried to share something on there, I had my screen so messed up.
Oh, did you? Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
That's right. That's right.
remember
That's
it
right.
was, like, showing everything but what I wanted it to
Oh,
show.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. No,
I
that's
was
fine.
like, "Thank God I
I can
didn't have
definitely.
anything bad pulled up because I just exposed myself." And I actually did reuse my cape, too. I dressed up, as a dark elf for
A dark
Halloween when I
elf.
worked at the apartment complex. That was
Ah.
pretty fun. I think I went too far back. I have gotta turn these notifications off. We have this, program that we use at work, and
Mhm,
that thing is killing the battery on my phone. I like that it lets me know that there's, like, leads available, but
mhm.
dang, it, like, is killing my battery life. Okay, maybe I thought I had it. Okay, well, I found the one of me as the elf. I'll send that one to you real quick.
Okay.
And then last year, I dressed up as Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
And I like when I do Halloween, even from like myself or my kids,
Mhm.
I don't like to buy pre-made costumes. Like I
Oh,
like to
no,
do
it's
it myself. Like
mhm.
I love doing that. It's so fun. Like one year my son wanted he wanted to be a zombie. He was obsessed with being a zombie. And
Mm,
I'm like, "Okay, all right, I can make you a zombie." And so I went to the dollar store and I
mhm.
bought one of those little plastic hanging skeletons and I got a long black sleeve shirt and I took and I stitched those fake bones onto the long sleeve part
Oh,
and
wow.
then put another shirt over the top of that because it's always cold in Indiana when it's time to trick or treat. And
Mhm.
I like tore like his shirt up so you could see like it looked like there was bones sticking out from underneath it. And I
Wow.
got red paint and I painted that. And then for his
Mhm,
hat, I took a beanie and got
mhm.
a jello mold that looked like a brain and cut like the rim piece off of it and glued it into the hat. So when he wore it, it looked like there was a brain sticking out of his beanie hat.
Oh,
And they're just
wow.
like, "Oh, you did such a good job." They're like, "Where'd you?" I'm like, "I did that myself." And they're like, "Oh, you did a really good job." I'm like, "Thanks." The whole thing cost me like $5.
Mhm.
I'm all about making making it work for a buck or two. Okay, I just sent you the
Yeah.
one of me as an elf. I'm still
Okay.
looking for Raven. She's buried in here somewhere. I should do
Do
better about like
something.
organizing my pictures.
No, I'm the same way. I have because that's my problem. Like I save like any picture or screenshot or anything that I take, I just save it.
Mhm.
And then I have like 2,000 some pictures and I'm like, I gotta clear some of these out.
I have got
So then I just go through and delete a bunch.
and see, I'm so like I'm so sentimental like I over like certain things, especially like pictures. I
Mhm.
always keep excuse me, I always keep every phone that I've had because I'm like, but there's pictures on there and everybody's like, download them. I'm like, but what if something happens and then I get rid of the phone and I lose those pictures? And they're like, oh my God. I'm like, look, you knew what you were getting into. You knew what you were signing up for.
Mhm.
Oh my god, how far back was
That's
that? Was it really that far? Holy cannoli. Okay. I may have to share the Raven one another time. I can't find it. It's
okay.
kinda making me sad a
Well,
little bit.
here is. Oh shoot. Let me make sure that I. Oh no, wait. There it is. Okay. I was gonna say. I almost shared our other EV Mux tab or whatever the hell this thing is called.
Do, do,
Okay.
do.
See, no, I don't like what this does because now, like, it opens up another tab and it just confuses the hell out of me when it does this.
Do, 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 do. That's me.
There we go.
That's
Yeah,
me
that
as the
was,
dark elf.
so that was Halloween?
That was Halloween.
Yeah,
That was a fun costume.
yeah. It,
Man, I'm so disappointed. I thought I had saved
I like
that.
that.
Well, son of a biscuit. Yeah, I bought all of the stuff that's on there I bought from from Amazon.
Ah, hey,
I already had the
that's,
cape, the ears and the necklace and stuff were fairly cheap,
mhm,
so it was a fun costume.
yeah, I'm sure.
The one thing
And
not pictured
Amazon
in
is,
that was the fingernails. I bought some fancy nails for it.
they had to be a pain in the ass, I'm sure.
Oh, they were. I tried to wear them and I got like an hour or 2 into work and I was like, I can't do this. I have to
Mhm,
be able to use my fingers in a normal
yes,
capacity. And this is not normal for me. Like
yes,
I can
and
barely
you,
do fingernail polish.
right. Yeah, it seems like that would be, I mean, like the nails, especially the fake ones, they just seem like they would,
And they're
be
so
a
cute. Like I
problem.
think that they're adorable. I
Mhm.
can't do it. Like it's not for me. I mean, if it's for anyone else, congratulations and they look gorgeous, but I can't. Oh, son of a biscuit. I don't see it. Ah, well, we'll always have it for next time. We can do it for next Friday. I'll
Oh,
find it. I'll send it to you
oh,
ahead of time.
oh, that's right. We got to think. Are we? Did you want to start the book club thing this month, or do you want to wait till next month? What were you thinking?
um, let's start it in April. That way, that
Okay.
gives us a
Yeah.
couple of weeks to kind of think about like what kind of book we want to do.
Mhm.
Give us some time
Yeah.
to dig
That's
into research.
yeah. That's
I'm here
that's
for
a
it.
good idea. I'm thankful that you're here because, like I said, if you were not here, I would just, well, I would just be like how I was last night. Let's just say that.
I still don't think it was that bad.
Well, uh, I've resigned myself to the fact that it's, hey, I got to look at it this way. At least, well, one of my other friends had mentioned, they're like, it takes guts to like go out and actually do that and try to
Oh
talk to
yeah.
somebody like that. So at least, you have the guts to be able to do that. I'm like, I wouldn't call it guts. I would just like, I was,
He
I
said I
was
wouldn't
like,
call it guts.
no, it's just I was running on fear or I can't even say it was adrenaline. It was just pure like fear. Like really just fear. Ugh.
It's amazing sometimes what you can do just out of fear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I remember like looking at the time thing where like right now we're just over an hour
It
and
doesn't even
last
feel
night
like it.
I know. And last night at about 5 minutes in, I'm like, oh, I'm like 5 minutes.
Are we almost done? Oh god, it's
I'm
only been
like
5 minutes.
I'm like because like he said what he said like after that first little break,
Mhm.
and I was like, wow. Like I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, wow, you really said a lot. Wrap up time. And I'm like, no, it's only been 5 minutes. Shit, I've got to make it go longer.
I need a filler.
Yeah, and then that's why I'm sitting there. I'm like,
Oh,
Then
goodness.
I was like, Theo did all that research. Like he can just like see he can just sit down and like naturally like talk to people. And I can talk to you, I can talk to him, I can talk to other people that I know
Mhm.
and not have a problem. Honestly, I don't even know how we did the first episode because I had never met you and yet the first episode was pretty damn good to
It
start, as a starting
was.
point. And it's like I didn't know you. I
Mhm.
was nervous as hell going into that, and then we just started, and that was, that was that. But like, but like now it's like second nature almost to just pop in
Mhm.
here. Okay, we're just gonna do it,
Let's do
and
this.
just
Let's rock it.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's. I mean,
That was the bench.
the bench. Yes, the. I wish I had a bench because I would just wanna, that would soothe me. I think as I was like sitting. If I feel nervous, I'll be like, "No, I didn't fart. It was the bench. Nope,
That was the
nope,
bench.
that was the bench. No,
Did you
okay,
ever
that
watch
was
that movie Rocket Man?
uh
That was
I did
Julie.
not. Rocket Man. No, I
It's
didn't
such
see
a
that.
stupid movie, but it's so stupid, it's good. Like, does if that makes any sense.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about
Like,
'cause I think
Harlan something is the guy's name. It's
oh,
really funny.
oh, yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was a good movie. I'm pretty sure it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was
I'm
good.
pretty sure.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
I'm pretty sure. Now I'm gonna have to seek that out and watch that for next week. And did you see the trailer that Adam Sandler has Happy Gilmore 2?
I did see the trailer for that.
Now,
Did we really need another Happy Gilmore movie? Probably
I
not.
love that. I
Am I
love
gonna
Adam
watch it?
Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll watch it too. I love Adam Sandler, but
Mm.
I think we're about 30 years or 20, no, 29 years too late at this point. I don't, I think we could have, you know, now if he does a Billy Madison 2 next, I'm calling bullshit
Then we're just reaching at
because
that point.
yeah, I think so. I think Happy Gilmore 2 was already reaching, but I would have rather seen him make a Bulletproof 2. And I know that they made a Bulletproof 2 that was a direct to
I
video
don't think I've ever
sequel.
seen the first one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's funny.
I'll
That's
have
him
to
and
find
Damon
it.
Wayans. It's good. It's really good. But they made a sequel. He's not in it, and it was like a direct to video thing a few years ago. I didn't watch it. It looks horrible, but he should have made a sequel with him and Damon Wayans in it again or something.
Hmm,
That would have been something. Not
right.
Happy Gilmore 2. I mean, Chubbs is dead.
Right?
The guy that played Chubbs is really dead. So
No chance
we
of a
don't need
revival of that part.
it. Yeah, I know. The gator really got him.
He really did.
Yeah. Ah, boy. Um, well, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that you had on your mind or
No, I don't think so.
ah,
I think I've pretty well emptied my little brain for the day.
yes. I think I did as well.
All right.
It's
Well, as always, it's been a pleasure and it's always a good show no matter what. And
mhm.
thank you so much to everyone that tuned in today. If you want to hear more of our ridiculousness, you can check out Ridiculous Ramblings, available on all streaming services. You can check out Michael J. He has multiple fantastic shows over on Rabbit and Red Radio and Rumble Radio Station. I highly recommend you check them out. And thank you so much. And I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will see you next Friday.
Oh, wait. Didn't
We're
there it
still here.
goes.